Don't know if I share this or not. The diabetes thing is getting to me a lot at the moment. Not me myself being diabetic. That's I think most of you know I sort of consider myself fairly lucky to be diabetic rather than have any other really horrible things that can happen. And of course, I'm very lucky in as far as the way my parents dealt with it when I was diagnosed. For those of you who don't know, I was two, and their attitude to it, the doctor's attitudes, etc., etc., etc. What gets me at the moment is there are an awful lot of people who are being diagnosed as diabetic, not all with my type. So I've got the type where your entire organ doesn't work, and there's a type 2, and where your organ's still got some sort of function. And there's this stupid thing where it's almost as though someone brought it on themselves. I was like, no one wants that. Like, whilst I don't mind being diabetic, trust me, you don't want it. I don't understand why it's unforgiving to have that, and yet so many other things people just get sympathy for. Craziness. I think there's other things that get me with diabetes that people don't understand, which is fair enough, but I think don't judge something that you don't know about. I can't judge what it's like to be type 1 or equally another type 1 diabetic. We're all very different human beings, and our ways of reacting to things are very different. I've had this for 36 years now, and I think sometimes people think because I've done lots of sports, I must manage it well. And in all honesty, sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. And equally, what you've got to understand is I inject insulin because my body doesn't produce it at all. If I get it wrong by 1 unit, I can end up with my blood sugars going very low enough to induce a coma, which if you're not rescued from, you die from, because you don't have, your blood sugar's no longer high enough for your brain to function, etc. Or 1 unit the other way, my blood sugars can skyrocket, and when they go up too high, that's where you get damage to your eyes, damage to your nerve endings, like damage to your heart, your kidneys, so it goes on. And when your blood sugars go wrong, you don't notice it. It's not like well, I don't know, I was going to say like breaking a leg, but I've managed to break mine and not notice that. But it's nothing that tangible. It happens very gradually, and a lot of the times when your blood sugars are out, it's how you feel. Okay, it just gets worse and worse. But it's also aligned to how you feel when you're having a shit day. Like when you're stressed, you're tired, you're grumpy. So the diabetes is all part of your endocrine system, which is all your hormones. And so generally when your blood sugars are out, the rest of your hormones go a bit funny. Like stress gets worse, tiredness gets worse. And I've always, sorry, my watch is beeping, I was trying to find stop it beeping. There's that bit where, like, when I'm doing exercise, it's like, am I genuinely feeling shit? Is this genuinely hard, or is it my blood sugars that are out? And I don't know what you do with exercise, but I try not to let my brain kid me. I don't know if that makes sense. We think we're very, very limited, and you push through kind of thing. I think the thing that I find hardest up until now with diabetes is the whole effect on hormones, the way it saps all my energy. When blood sugars are out, I struggle with motivation, I struggle with everything. When they're in control, I am a normal person with, I would say, normal type mood swings. And yeah, that I find hard.